Hello everyone, I'm Jim Longworth and welcome to another edition of Triad Today. Coming up later on, our roundtable gets into all sorts of discussions, so stay tuned for that excitement. But between now and then, some great guests and important information coming your way. For one thing, we'll give you some tips on how to get in shape and stay fit and be healthy. We'll do that. Plus, we'll sort of salute volunteers and volunteerism. And Dave Briggs will stop by to tell you about a cast member from Gilligan's Island who's coming our way. All that and much more. But first, we start out talking about Alamance Community College, and the reason I'm very excited and proud about this is because we've just come off this big thing about national basketball championships and sports competitions and whatever. These folks, especially the two seated next to me that you're going to meet right now, are involved in some very important competitions, and they are doing very well. And again, I'm very proud of them. Next to me, and returning, and they've both been here before, we're glad to have them back. Liz Riley is Department Head for Horticulture Technology at Alamance Community College. Next to her, Chef Brian Bailey, who is Department Head for Culinary Arts. Welcome back, gang.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Nice to be here.
We'll get to Brian in just a second. Liz, let me start with you. You actually hosted a national competition for landscaping and horticulture. Tell me about it.
Yes, so in March, a couple weeks ago, ACC was selected to host the National Collegiate Landscape Competition, which is sponsored by the National Association for Landscape Professionals. And this competition draws students and colleges, 4-year and 2-year colleges from across the country to come and compete. And there are 30 different competitions that these students compete in.
Yeah, and I think last time you were here, we were sort of previewing it. You were telling people it was coming. And I think you told me then, or in an email you sent me, that there's like 800 students competing. But how many colleges participate in this? Do you have a number on it?
Yeah, there were 62 colleges from across the country, and there was one from Canada that competed as well.
Now, how have you done so far?
We placed 8th,
Wow.
so we were within the top 10.
Wow,
Yeah,
that
we were
is
pretty
something
excited.
else. That is so cool. I'm so proud of you. And now, is this something that's likely to come back? I'm getting ahead of myself, but are you going to get to host this again, or is this just something that happens once every million years, or what?
We may be able to host it again. We felt very fortunate to be selected this time to host it. We were one of the only a few community colleges in the past 42 years that have been selected to host.
I just think it's a great honor. I just think it's great. Brian, let me turn to you for a second because we're talking about competitions. Your culinary team is still doing very well in national competition. Give me an update.
Yes, I'm very proud of the hot food competition team at Alamance. For the second time in 3 years, our student competition team is fortunate enough to go to the national competition in New Orleans this summer.
And they're not just cooking, and I say just, like I can actually cook, I can't. They're not just cooking and creating and being creative, but they're racing a clock in this competition, right?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a skills phase which is timed. It's an 80-minute relay, and then there's a cooking phase that they are, judged on time, organization, basic cooking skills, teamwork.
So they might have something really great they've created, but if they screw up and take too long, it's too bad.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Now athletes, I talked about earlier about all these sports competitions. Athletes spend a lot of time practicing, on the court and on the field. Your folks do too.
Absolutely, and the thing that's kind of unique about this competition is that there's no class time that's used to practice. So these students, most of them are full-time students, have full-time jobs, and most of them have family obligations, and they're putting in close to 20 hours a week outside of those obligations to be a part of this competition.
We didn't rehearse this, but to what end, Brian? I mean, where do they want to go and do with these skills?
Most of these students end up being at the top of their game when they get into the industry. There's proven that students that participate in competition teams are always more successful in the industry.
And I know you guys have had a good track record with that, and coming out of Alamance Community College, they couldn't get better training, and I applaud both of y'all for that. One quick shout out before we go to the address and website. Brian's team, I think we have a photo of them. You want to give a quick shout out on their names very quickly?
Yeah, absolutely. We have Larry Winstead, we have Maria Lemon Cruz, we have Trevor Slosik, we have Mary Beth McCook, and Ian Macklin. I'm sorry, Ian is in there as well.
That's all right. Now, Ian's going to be really upset.
I know, he's going to give me a hard time.
Up on screen, but he got his picture on there anyway. So, Ian, here we go. Here's the website, and the website is www.alamancecc.edu. Please check that out to see all the great things that are going on. Maybe you two should team up and do like a horticulture, culinary thing where he cooks bark or something. I don't know.
That might not be very tasty.
No, it wouldn't. All right, but anyway, thanks for doing this. I'm proud of you. All right, we'll be right back after this.